Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. It's Eon here. And today we're actually playing on Bedrock in the new preview. In this preview, Minecraft has brought a lot of huge changes to the table, as you can already see by my armor. And you know, the most important thing, we thought it was gone forever, but look at this little guy behind me. Hey, we have a copper golem. In 2021, Minecraft gave us a choice, the Glare, the LA, and this little guy behind me. He lost the mob vote, we thought we'd never see him again, but Mojang had other plans, and now in 2025 the Copper Golem is finally in the game, and honestly, it's one of the coolest mobs they've ever added. Today I'll show you everything you need to know about the new copper changes in Minecraft. Alright, let's get into it. But before we get into the awesome Copper Golem right here behind me, let's start with the copper armor and copper tools. Copper now comes with a full gear set. You're able to craft a copper helmet, copper chestplate, copper leggings, and copper boots, as well as a copper sword, copper axe, copper pickaxe, copper shovel, and a copper hoe. The way you do that is just like you would craft the counterparts currently already in the game. So for a copper chestplate, for example, all you need are some copper ingots, and there you go, you craft it the exact same way as you would craft any other gear in the game. The same goes for copper tools. If you want to create a copper pickaxe, all you need are some sticks and some copper ingots, and there you go, you got a copper pickaxe. Copper shovel, copper sword, copper hoe, copper axe. Stat-wise, as you can see, a full copper gear set will give us exactly 5 armor icons in total. Iron, for example, would give us 7.5. Stat-wise, copper fits right in the middle between stone and iron. As you can see by the damage right here, it does the exact same damage as a stone sword would, however, it's a little worse than an iron sword. The same goes for the pickaxe and all the other tools. However, the durability is better than stone. Also, the copper tool mining speed is faster than stone tools. And what's interesting about it is that it actually has higher enchantability than diamond, but slightly lower than iron. Which means, if you want to enchant your copper gear, there's a higher chance of getting better enchantments. There are also copper nuggets in the game, which can be turned into a copper ingot. The same works the other way around. If you place a copper ingot into your crafting menu, you will get copper nuggets. Also, copper tools and copper armor can be smelted into nuggets. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's finally talk about this cute little guy here, the Copper Golem. So how do you craft a Copper Golem? All you need to do is you need 1 copper block and 1 carved pumpkin. What you want to do is you want to place the copper block down and the carved pumpkin on top, and that will spawn a Copper Golem as well as a copper chest. The golem's texture matches the oxidation stage of the block. Even wax blocks work. So this means you can use any oxidation form of a copper block, as well as waxed, but it won't work on chiseled or cut copper blocks. Copper chests work exactly like normal chests, but oxidize over time, just like the copper blocks. There are 8 variants in total: regular, exposed, weathered, and oxidized, each in waxed and unwaxed form. You can craft a copper chest by placing a chest into the crafting table and by surrounding it with copper ingots. That will get you a copper chest. Copper chests will auto-merge into double chests, just like the normal ones would. As you can see, to remove a copper chest, you obviously need a pickaxe, as it's not made out of wood, but made out of a metal. And yes, you can also wax those chests. As you can see, if you place down a weathered copper chest, we can use honeycomb to wax the chest and to keep its coloration. And with a copper axe, we can remove the wax again from the chest to let it oxidize even further if we want to. As you can see, these copper golems keep constantly opening up these chests. So what does the Copper Golem actually do? Well, the Copper Golem is a storage assistant. It scans nearby copper chests, oxidized or waxed, doesn't matter, and picks up the first item that's inside of it. So what we can do is we can place any item into this copper chest. So let's place half of this stack of honeycomb inside here, and what will happen is that the copper golems will come and pick it up. Let's give it a second here. There you go. They'll come and pick it up and they'll try to sort it into another chest. Once we place down another chest nearby, the copper golems will find the empty chest and place the honeycomb inside of it. As you can see. There you go. It now sorted all the items from the copper chest into the regular chest. But here's where it gets interesting. It only grabs up to 16 items at a time, even from larger stacks. It will walk around looking for a chest or trap chest to deposit these items. It will only place items into an empty chest or a chest that already contains the exact item. It doesn't recognize renamed items as equivalents. So what we can do is we can place one honeycomb inside of this chest and actually place another chest where we'll place some carved pumpkins. And now if we place both honeycomb as well as carved pumpkins into this chest, the golems will pick it up and sort it into the appropriate chests. So let's give it a second. There you go. Let's see, this little guy picked up some honeycomb. He'll check the chest and put it right inside there. Now they'll pick up, let's see, the rest of the honeycomb, I guess. Alright, this guy picked up some carved pumpkins. Now he's looking for the appropriate chest. And there you go. Boom, and he placed the carved pumpkins inside. So you can actually use this for item sorting systems. This is awesome. If the copper golem can't find a chest after checking 10 chests, it gives up and just holds on to the item. There's no backtracking, no resetting, and it waits 7 seconds and then tries again. Also, another interesting thing is that it won't work with either barrels, hoppers, or ender chests. So if we place some honeycomb inside this barrel, as well as the hopper, as well as the ender chest, and then we place some honeycomb inside of here, the copper golems will pick it up. There you go, but they won't find a place to put it, so they'll just be looking around, waiting, and they'll be holding on to the item as long as we place a chest nearby where they can actually put the stuff. So if we give it a second, as you can see, they'll pathfind to the closest chest and place the honeycomb inside of it. Another thing that's very interesting is the height that these copper golems are able to place items in. What I mean by that is the height of the chest. So as you can see, this chest is placed exactly 4 blocks up in the air, and the copper golem is not able to reach it. So it'll just wander around. You can see the chest, however, it's not able to place the honeycomb inside of the chest. However, it should be able to reach, let's see, the chest that is right up here. Oh, let's remove this block. Let's see. Okay, so after testing, it actually turns out that the copper golem isn't able to put it into this chest as well, which is 3 blocks up in the air. So let's see if he's able to place it into this chest right here, which is 2 blocks up in the air. Or maybe we actually need to remove these chests. Okay, well, that's why we test these things. I'm actually surprised. I thought he would be able to actually place it in there, but it seems like he isn't. What happens if we put a honeycomb inside? Nope, he's still not able to place it inside of this chest. What if it's 2 blocks up in the air? Let's remove this chest. Let's see. Yep, okay, that's possible. So copper golems are able to place items in chests that are 1 block higher above them. However, they're not able to place it in any chests that are higher than 1 block above the ground. So after some testing, I tinkered around and just wanted to show you a cool little contraption here with the possibility of combining the 2 mobs, the alley with the copper golem. So as you probably know, an alley is able to pick up any kind of item. So what we want is that the copper golem sorts the honey blocks coming into this chest and places it into this. So what we can do is we can just drop some honeycomb on the bottom here. The alley will pick it up, throw it into this little water stream, and it will land in this chest at the end. And then the copper golem should just put it into the other chest right here. Let's see if this works. So we'll place down some honeycomb for the alley to pick up. The alley will now throw it into the water. There we go. Copper lands inside of this chest. And what does the copper golem do? Nothing. I probably need to move it 1 block forward, but here we go. So the alley picks up the honeycomb that we dropped down on the ground right here, throws it into the water stream. The water stream collects it into this copper chest, and the copper golem picks it up and sorts it right into this empty chest right here. This is so awesome. And with that said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and this little showcase of the new copper golem update. If you did, please consider leaving a like and hitting the subscribe button. I also want to thank you so much for reaching 1,000 subscribers. Yay! Thank you so much. What a huge milestone. I'm so happy. This means so much to me, and I'm really glad you guys are enjoying the content. So let's keep this train rolling and this journey going. I'm so thankful for you guys checking out the video, and without further ado, we'll see you in the next one. Bye!